He been standing before his children. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see them right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, all those shits who had to plead for life took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and brought our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they can. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they rob a liquor shit tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe up Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaica, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, died for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Go through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, died for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Go through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites.
From Yashua Allah, sons of the power, rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than scriptures. You gon' need to show you can prove it, getting them scriptures. Well, I got the mention, traumatized from the lynching. I'm a sorry the victim, I'm a study the ending. Kids with PTSD, tougher than symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stop home symptoms so long, it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, practice better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't dead, then we don't give a light. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, died for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Go through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, died for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Go through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting all adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the learning reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, I'm part of God's selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. What does it give life? Take sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite. Blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We know that because Christ paid the price, so we ready to give their life the life of an Israelite.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Lord Cal
Sabbath service, we're about to get it started. So with that being said, we'll share magic.
Right here. It's on the table right there. Ayasha.
All right, we're going to get into the Lord's Prayer. Who says,
Hold up, don't face these.
Part hop and dub, turn and face the east.
All right. Let's pray in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemkah.
Shemkah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakaka.
Raba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Atazayaka.
Adizaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Asha.
Baharatazah.
Barakaza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Thumbanaw.
Thumbanaw.
Come.
Come.
Cal.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak now.
Wasalak now.
Kapawath now.
Kapawap now.
Kasalak now.
Kasalak now.
Kapawath now.
Kapawap now.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabayah now.
Tabiyah now.
Manasaya 1.
Benasaya 1.
Ball.
Ball.
Hawashai now.
Hoshai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Right.
Kayalaka.
Kayalaka.
Amalakwa.
Malakwa.
Wahala.
Allah.
Wakaparath.
Wataparath.
I will love you.
I will love you.
Amen.
Amen. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Amen. All right. We'll account the power Yahweh Shemi Hawashai.
Yahweh Shemi Hawashai.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Shah.
Latunda now.
Thunder now.
Hakat.
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 Rarapa'a.
Arpa'a.
Cal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Matawa.
Kal Matawa.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Amatazori.
Matazorian.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Hamathia.
Lahaku.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Awikawat.
Arakawa.
Amata'ala.
Mata'ala.
Lagarshan.
Garsh.
Bahashimi Hawashai.
Shimi Hawashai.
Wadaman.
What amen. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai.
the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the
The
leper.
power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So be it.
So be it. And we'll bless Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Yahweh Shimi Hawashai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak now.
Wayasharala.
Waya Sharala.
Wahaya Bayat.
Ohio Bayas.
Safaria.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magun.
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 Hashem Yahweh.
Shimi Hawashai.
Wadaman.
The water of man. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
The Thompson family.
Thompson family.
The Gibbs family.
Gibbs family.
The Harris
The
family.
Harris family. The Price family.
The Price family.
The Buck family.
The Buck family.
Davis
The
family.
Davis family.
And the Taylor family.
And the Taylor family. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. All right, Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharia.
Ahaharian.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yala'ah.
Yawa'ah.
Azaria.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Waratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Namawat.
Namawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Kana.
Kana.
Ma'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yaishan.
Ershad.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Aryad.
Aryad.
Yemnikah.
Yamyika.
Yamawam.
Yawamam.
Ashamash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Walayala.
Bayalah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Kalrai.
Kalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Napashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Azaaska.
Taza'aka.
Wabawa'aska.
Wabawa'aka.
Ait Awalam.
I will love. I will lift up mine
I
eyes
lifted my eyes
unto the hills,
to the hills.
from which cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. All right, we go to Psalms 83. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
All Takarash,
Al-Takarash,
All Tashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat,
All Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awiyabika,
Yahamayawam,
Yahamaya 1,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Amika,
Al-Imaka,
Yaharinyawa,
Ya'arayimwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Waida,
Itazwa,
Wa'itazawa,
Al Tazapan Wanyaka,
Al-Tazapawan Yaka,
Amarwa,
Abarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wadakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magalia,
Magawi,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shem Yasharala,
Shem Yasharala,
Iwada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Itazwa,
Aitizawa,
Laba,
Daba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Al Yaka,
Warya,
Barya,
Yakarafwa,
Yakarapwa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Awam,
Alawam,
Wayashamai,
Wayashama,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Nawaaba,
Mawa'ala,
Wahagori,
Wahagori,
Gabal,
Kabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palashat,
Palashat,
I'm Yashabia,
I'm Yeshabia,
Sons of War,
Tazawar,
Gamasha War,
Ramasha War,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Zerawai,
Zerawai,
Labunya Lawat,
Labunya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kaimadye,
Kamadi,
Kasiyah Sara'ah,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kayabye,
Kayabi,
Wanakal,
Baraka,
Koyashwan,
Koyasu,
Nashamatwa,
Nashamad,
Ayanda Ara,
Bayanda Ra,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adamah,
Adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatama,
Nadabya Mawab,
Nadaya Mawa,
Ka'ira,
Kara,
Wakaza'aba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazaba,
Wakatazal,
Wakazar,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Kawanasaya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya Rashad,
Irashah,
Manawa,
Manawa,
Ath, Na'awath,
Nawa,
Alahaya,
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 Shayatamwa,
Shayatama,
Kagalgula,
Kagagula,
Kwakwash,
Shakwash,
Lapunya Rorika,
Panya Rawaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Haba Ira Yaira,
Dama Ira Ya Ira,
Wakalah Haba,
Wakalah Haba,
Alahat,
Dalahat,
Ariam,
Hariyam,
Kun,
Kun,
Eridatma,
Daradama,
Masa Irika,
Basa Irika,
Wabasa Wafaska,
Wabasa with Pasta,
Talahalam,
Dalahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyahum,
Panyaham,
Kualawam,
Palawat,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya'ata,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Al Yanawam,
Al-Yawan,
Al Kaha Arataza,
Al-Kahar Rakazah. Keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let's cut them off
let us cut them off,
from being a nation,
being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in
may
remembrance.
be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against
the
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines, with
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a Reb,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zeb.
and like Zahab.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all the princes as Zabal,
and as Zalmunna,
and as Amud,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of your house
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
and they seek thy name,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded,
in trouble forever.
in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame,
and perish,
and perish.
that men may know
Men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sorry.
Y'all know what you need to see. Yeah. We left off last week. Numbers 5 and Numbers 5 and 25. Walakwak, Hakahan, Mayad, Ha'amash, Af, Manakath, Hakwana, Af, Wahana, Wahana, Ya, Af, Hamanaka, La Punya, Yahweh, Wahakwara, Yad, Ata, Al, Hamazabak, Wakwa Matazah, Hakahan, Man, Hamanaka, Af, Azakarta, Wahakwa Tayar, Hamazabaka, Wa'akar, Yasha Kwa, Ah, Ha'awa, Ha'asha, Af, Hamayam, 27. Waha Shaka, Af, Hamayam, Wahayata, Natama'a, Ma'al, Ba'ayasha, Waba'a, Hamayam, Hamarawayam, Lamaryam, Watazavda, Batana, Wanapala, Yaraka, Wahayata, Ha'asha, Alha, Bakwara, Imha, 28. Wa'am, La'a, Natama'a, Ha'asha, Watahara, Hawa'a, Wanakatha, Wanazara'i, Zerai, verse 29. Za'ath, Thawarath, Hakwana'ath. Ashar, Dasha, Dasha, Ta, Asha, Takat, Ayasha, Wanatama, and 30, Al, Yam, Ayash, Ashar, the Ibar, Al Yawa, Waka, Kwana, Wakwana, Ashathwa, I'm Yad, Ha'asha, Lapanya, Yahweh, Aisha, Laha, Hakahan, Cal, what am I going to? 25, Hatawara, Hazaath, Wanaqua, Ha'ayash, Ma'aiwan, Waha'asha, Hahawa'a, Sha'ath, Iwana. Numbers 5 and 25. In English, then the priest shall take the jealous offering out of the woman's hand and shall wave the offering before Yahweh and offer it up upon the altar. And the priest shall take a handful of offering, even the memorial thereof, and burn it upon the altar, and afterwards shall cause the woman to drink the water. 27. And when he has made her to drink the water, it shall then come to pass that if she be defiled and have done trespass against her husband, that the water that caused the curse shall enter into her and become better, and her belly shall swell, and her thigh shall rot, and the woman shall be cursed among her people. 28. And if the woman be not defiled, but be clean, then shall she be free, and shall conceive seed. This is the law of jealousy, and when the wife goeth out, when the wife goeth aside to another instead of her husband, and is defiled, and she is defiled, or when the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous over his wife, and shall set a woman before Yahweh, and the priest shall execute upon her all this law. Then shall the man be guiltless from iniquity, and the woman shall bear her iniquity. That's a good thing brothers don't practice.
most of this still to this day. Because if you see that this sister was supposed to be given some drinks to ingest, and then all these type of things would happen to her if she was found guilty of being dishonest with her husband. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
imagine if we did that today. You know what I mean? Niggas would have.
Wouldn't he need to go on today?
Absolutely. But if it did, there would not be one system that you could damn near say was maritable, because they would all be undefiled. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them, so like a lot of them not here.
Right, exactly. So if you want to take that approach.
We kept these laws that we kept back then, so like,
Yeah.
you know, and we need to come, you know what I'm saying? We need to have an understanding as of today, because, you know, the things that goes on today, you know what I'm saying? Especially with this marriage certificate, and, you know, now you can just go be with, you lay down with one man, and if you don't like the way he, you know what I'm saying, or something happened, you know, now you go, I want a divorce, you know?
Sisters go out and be with another nigga, then the nigga that they was with begged them to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, baby, I was tripping. You right, I was tripping.
All this adultery is just...
It's
just
allowed now. It's the thing to do. That's what I'm saying. So if this was applied to that, then it wouldn't, man,
Right.
like you said, they wouldn't even be here, or they would not be found permissible to marry. You know what I'm saying?
That's the spirit of America, where you just can go and lay down with one man, and something, you know, you don't like the way he cook, or his feet stink, and, you know,
Right. He don't make me laugh enough, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
but the point
You should have
is,
took that time before you laid with him. Once again, you know.
so the point is like I said, America have all these. The spirit of America is you can just, you know, go and do what you want to. You know, these laws, statutes, and commandments, you know, applies to blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, which is Israel. You understand? So we have to understand what these laws mean to us, and that's why we go when Deuteronomy 28 and 15 tell us, you know what I'm saying, you break these laws, all these curses are going to come upon you, you know, and things is going, you know what I'm saying, you're not following, you know, our heritage, our ways of life, how we, you know what I'm saying, supposed to live as Israelites, not just, you know, because what our oppressors say, you know, because that's the easy way out. That's what our oppressors say. You can go be with anybody and all of this, you know, in the eyes of the Most High. Now you commit sin,
Right.
you know, in this Bible here. That's what this Bible tells us, how to do things right according to the Most High.
And with that being said, America's whole agenda is based on keeping you off the chariots.
Right.
I can't say it enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything that America does is for you to live your life in sin.
Right.
Everything this Bible teaches you is against America.
Right.
That's how you know America is modern day Babylon. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Ancient Egypt.
All
the things that go on outside of in America is the same reason why the Israelites were destroyed back then, because they taken hold of these customs that the people were doing, man, and it's destroying the people. It's destroying you from being a part of the brothers that's gonna get put on the chariots when time comes. You know what I mean? That's the whole agenda of America. That's why pork is so cheap. That's why prostitution runs so rampant.
Right.
That's why, you know what I mean, drugs are all over the place. They don't want you to get on that chariot. If you understood the big picture, you would know America and the governing bodies of America done read this book. They know who the Israelites is. You can't say that enough. They know who the Israelites are. And their whole agenda is to keep you from the promise that the Most High gave to you. Go ahead.
And so, like, with that being said, you know, some of them, you know, that read this know who we are, but see, the thing is we don't know who we are.
Right.
We not, you know what I'm saying, considering what this book is telling us, you know, because like I say, these Christian pastors just don't go through these scriptures and tell you these things that the Most High has set before us. You know, which is these law, statutes, and commandments. But like I said, us not knowing who we are, we just keep thinking, you know what I'm saying, it's free will. There is no free will. it's the law, statutes, and commandments that we're supposed to follow. There's no free will. You understand? We can keep living in iniquity and keep getting killed in these streets and being the bottom of the food chain. But we have to understand who we are as a nation of people. We Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Is who this applies to. All these other nations, he didn't give these laws to these other nations,
Right.
which tells you in Psalms 147, 19, and 20. He only dealt so with our nation.
And this is a reason why the Christian pastors don't teach you the truth out of this, because they're scared of the truth, because they know the wickedness that they do.
Right.
They know the dirt that's on their hands. You know what I mean?
Right.
They know that they've been with the deacon's wife and they've been with the deacon's, you know what I mean, such and such. And they done passed each other around. So of course they're not gonna tell you the truth, because you could at that point hold them accountable.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the last thing they want. That's the last thing America wants. America's looking for you, like the brother said, to stay in the dark. Therefore, you can't come to the forefront like how the ISUPK is doing and charging them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't charge somebody if you don't know what to charge them with.
Right.
If you ain't been learned, if you ain't been taught what would you call it? What the charges or the thing that's against you? You know what I'm saying? The trespass.
Right.
If you don't know what the trespass is,
right,
then how you gonna charge them with it? So that's what they keep looking for when it comes to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in America, man. That you never wake up. They pray you never run into the ISUPK. That's for sure.
right.
You know what I mean? That's for sure. They pray for that. This brother never come into that righteous cult. You understand? So
it's a lot, if I may. And a lot of these pastors, they preach for profit. They're not trying to get, they're not trying to get you salvation. They're not showing you how to turn from iniquity and turn back to the Most High. Your power. That's your power. They just preaching for profit. As long as you paying them, giving money in their tithes, and they pulling up in brand new cars, and then they tell you, the Lord must not, the Lord must not be blessing you, but in the whole time, you're not getting the truth. You're not getting the truth of this Bible. You're not getting the truth of how you should be carrying yourself, how you should treat your brother and your sister, your loved ones, how you should deal with them. This Bible shows us how to deal with, our people, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But your pastor is not telling you. They just say, oh yeah, you just put your hand on the next man's shoulder and look at him, and they'll tell you some old crap or whatever. But they're not giving you this breakdown that the ISUPK is giving you. They're not giving you this true knowledge of the Bible, how we should be dealing with each other, how we should deal with, the rest of these other nations,
Right. Facts. So, some more air.
All right, number 6 and 1. Waya Debar, Yahweh, Al, Bashar, La Amar. 2. Debar, Al, Banyam, Yasharala, Martha. Alham, Ayash, Al, Asha, Kaya, Yapa, Lana Nadar, Nazayar, Lahazayar, La Yahweh. 3. Maya Yun, Washakar, Yazayar, Kamataza, Yayan, Wayamataza, Shakar, La'a, Yashata, Wakal, Masharaf, Anabyam, La'a, Yashata, Wa'ai, Nabyam, Lakyam, Wayabashyam, La'a, Ya'akal, verse 4, Kal, Yawamyam, Nazarwa, Bakal, Ashar, Ya'ayash, Madapun, Hayana, Hayayan, Maka, Makaratazanyam, Wa'aid, Zag, La'a, Ya'akal, verse 5, Kal, Yawamyam, Nadar, Nazarwa, the I, the I, R, the R, the Ya'abar, Al, Il, Ra'ashwa, Id, Mala'ath, Hayamam, Ashar, Yazayar, La Yahweh, Quadash, Yahaya, Gadol, Arai, Sharai, Ra'ashwa, verse 6, Kal, Yawamyam, Hazayarwa, La Yahweh, Al, Napash, Math, La'a, Yaba'a, verse 7, La'abayawa, La'abayawa, Abayawa, Wala Amawa, sorry, Wala Amawa, La Akyawa, Wala Akathwa, La'a, Hatama, Laham, Bamatham, Kaya, Nazar, Alahayawa, Al, Ra'ashwa. All right, in English,
Relative service.
yeah, so
To the end, sir.
it says, okay, yeah, it's called William has a Yahweh, Yahweh, let's see, Bath, La'ah, Yaba'ah, verse 7, let's see, La'abayawa, Wala Amayawa, Wala Amawa, Amawa, La Akiwa, Wala Mafwa, La Yatama, Laham, Bama Math, Bama Thum, Kaya, Lazar, Alahayawa, Alahayawa, Al, Ashwa, Ashwa. That's it. Okay. Number 6 and 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar or wine, or vinegar of strong drink. Neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat the moist grapes or dry. For all the days of his separation he shall eat nothing. This is made. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation there shall no razor cut on his head until the days be fulfilled, and in which he separated himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. He shall, verse 7, he shall not make himself unclean for his father or for his mother. He shall not make himself unclean for his father or for his mother, for his brother or for his sister when he died, because consecration is of his God upon his head.
So Shavlaki, what the brother just was reading was the laws regarding becoming a Nazarite. You know what I mean? Which is a whole another set of discipline you got to present yourself in front of the Most High. You don't have to be a Nazarite to be a priest, but if you want to take the next step, that's another step in dedicating yourself to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, this is usually for a young brother who's never tasted that's coming up and never tasted the wines or the things, or if you're a hardcore brother who just now coming into the truth and you want to make that oath, then you got to put aside drinking of any wines or any spirits or anything of the such. You know what I mean? Eating grapes and whatnot. So what makes this so heavy is the dedication that you gotta do to the Most High and take on another. Like I said, you have to be disciplined to even be in the truth. There's a code of discipline that you have to follow, and you have to be a man of discipline. You have to be a man of order. But this step right here is requiring a whole nother step that you have to take. Whole nother set of discipline that you have to take. Because we know being a priest in here, you know what I mean? Y'all see us at the Passover, you know what I mean? Brother might have one, couple, whatever, you know what I mean? Sisters have one, couple, whatever. It's not a sin, but in order, if you are a Nazarite or taking a vow of a Nazarene or Nazarite, then it is, because you dedicated your temple to the Most High as to keep it pure. You know what I'm saying? And it also goes with
shaving of the head. You know what I mean? You can't get a haircut at this time. And usually, what's the vow in that? 7 years? Give or take, I think it's 7 years.
I'm not quite sure.
I have to get some counsel on that, but I believe that's the period of time. So for this amount of time, that's why I say generally for a young man coming up, you know what I mean, you just now finna enter into manhood, you never dealt with, you know what I mean, you never dealt with any alcohol, any strong or any things of the such. So it's easier for you to come in that way, but it is some brothers that have came in and been disciplined in order to get it on. And a whole nother concept, like I said, you can't shave the head. And another concept of it is when you get around, verse 6 right here. Verse 6 is heavy because this also to a degree concerns priests, because we can't just go and be willy-nilly like the rest of the world. When someone passes, you look on the thing, every brother goes to everybody's funeral. You know what I mean? That's something we as priests, we don't do. However, we can go to our mothers and fathers thing, but we don't just go to anybody's thing because you're gonna be unclean. It makes you unclean to just show up and be funeral hopping all the time. Nobody's gonna be left to do this work. You know what I mean? So that's the vow that we take as priests, that we not just showing up at, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, such and such passed. Hey, Lord be with that brother. You know what I mean? Lord be with that sister. So, and it's not to say that you don't care or anything, but it's to say that you care more about the Most High. So what did the Most High just say about a Nazarite though, when he takes the vow? It's another step of discipline that he has to take. Once again, it's a whole nother set of laws that they have to follow in order to prove themselves of that stature that they're going for. You know what I mean? Go read 6 and 7 again, Papa Shot.
All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body.
All the days that he is under this oath of committing himself to the Most High, he cannot come across a dead body. Go ahead.
He shall not make himself unclean for his father.
For who?
For his father.
Not for his father. Go ahead.
Or for his mother.
Nor for his mother. Go ahead.
Or for his brother.
Or for his brother.
Or for his sister.
Or for his sister.
When they die.
When they what?
When they die.
When they die. You can't go around them. You know what I mean? This is how hardcore these brothers is. This is the obligation the oath that they take for the Most High. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Because the consecration of his God is upon his head.
Right. Because the laws of the Most High is upon his head, man. The oath that he took is on his head.
Right.
So with that being said, man, yes, there's some brothers out there. We know some that made this commitment. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's not just something you have to do. It's just like you don't have to have a Hebrew Academy jacket in order to be a brother. You understand? But if you want to do it, Lord be with you. Lord be with you, man.
Right.
So shit. We got time for one more round.
Let's do it. English.
Nah, I gotta do it the right way. Go to 14. It's kind of long. 8.
Okay, numbers 6 and 8 in the Hebrew. Call Yawamim Nazarwa Kwadash Hawa'a La Yahweh. Verse 9. Wakaya Yama Waf, Maf, Al Yawa, Bakwa Ith, Bakwa Thai, Pata Wata Ma, Ra'ash, Nazarwa, Wagalak, Ashwa, Bayawam, Taharathwa, uh, Bayawam, Hashabaya, Yagala Kanwa. Verse 10, Wabayawam, Hashamayanya, Yaba'a, Shathia, Daryam, Al, Shanya, Manyam, Yawahan, Al, Hakahan, All, Patak, Ahal, Mawa'id, verse 11, Wa'aisha, Hakahan, Akkad, Lakata, Ath, Wa'akad, La'ila, Wakapar, Al Yawa, Mashar, Ma'ashar, Kata, Al, Hanapash, Wakwadash, Ashwa, Bayawam, Hahawa'a, verse 12, Wahazayar, La Yahweh, Ath, Yam, Nazarwa, Wahabaya'a, Kashab, Bun, Shanathwa, La'asham, Wahayawamyam, Hara Ashanyam, Hara Ashanyam. See, Paula, Kaya, Tamar, Nazarwa, Waza'ath, Tawarath, Hanazayar, Bayawam, Mala'ath, Yawanyam, Nazarwa, Yabaya'a, Athwa, Al, Pakar, Pathak, Ahal, Mawa'id, verse 14, Wahapat, Yad, Ath, Rabbanwa, Yahweh, Shaban, Shanathwa, Tamayam, Akkad, La'ihah, La'ihah, Lahalah, Wakabashah, Kat, Bath, Shanata, Tamayaham, Tamayamah, Wakata'ath, Wa'ayal, Akkad, Tamayam, Lashalamyam.
All right. 14.
Yeah. All right. Numbers 6 and 8. All the days of the separation is holy. All the days of the separation is holy unto the Lord. And if any man die very suddenly by him, and he has defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing. On the seventh day shall he shave it.
What does it mean to die suddenly by him? You know what I mean? You can't murder somebody. Man, go ahead.
And on the eighth day he shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons to the priest to the door of the tabernacle of congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for sin offering and another one for a burnt offering, and make an atonement of him. For he is sin, for that he sinned by the dead. And shall hallow his head that same day.
So, like, if I may, so like to go back up to the bottom part of 9, where it's telling you that, okay, if you know this brother for a while, you know damn well he ain't been able to cut his hair and everything. So one day you show up and you know the oath that he took, and he got his head shaved. You know what I'm saying? All the people around you automatically gonna know this brother that did something. You know what I mean? They're gonna automatically know that this brother has sinned. That's damn near like the mark of Cain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much singling you out. Everybody's like, oh, hey, this nigga, the hair was down by his waist yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden something done happened and he done shaved it. So that's a mark that the Most High is pointing on you. A little bit of shame too, that you had to cut it. And then he said, you know what I mean? You got to come back in, and on the 8th day, you got to bow your head and take the oath again after you brought the offerings, sacrifices. So you was on 12. So go ahead.
Man, you said about 9, but man, that's something about him. That's if Nazarite killed somebody, you know, even in, say, and if a man died very suddenly by him, he has defiled, so he defiles yourself, even if you know what I'm saying, even if it's,
you had to put somebody down. You know what I mean? Right. You got to put somebody down. That's any term of it, self-defense or whatever. It ain't giving a discretion on it. It's just saying under this oath, you cannot do that. You know what I mean?
You got to shave your head, and then 2 turtle doves,
right?
2 young pigeons.
Like I said, the shaving of the head is key to it because everybody just saw you with a head full of hair.
Right.
And they know the oath you took. You know what I'm
So
saying?
they
So
know
they know you can't cut your
something
hair.
Something doesn't have to happen to that.
Something doesn't happen to this brother.
I mean, especially you know what I'm saying? You already know that that's right. Well, you can't cut your hair.
You can't cut
If you
it.
cut
So
your hair, that
now
means something doesn't happen.
you're shamed at this point.
Right. And that's just how the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because if you can't even, you can't be unclean even if you have to bury your mother or your father. That's just how the Lord has it, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to do this according to the Lord. This is not just according to how you feel. Yes, I mean, you definitely would want to go to your mother and father funeral, you know what I'm saying? But as a Nazarite, this is the vow you take, and that's the oath you take, like he was saying, that's the oath you take. And you have to stick to this law. It's not there's no way around it, you know what I'm saying? That's when taking the Nazarite vow is so important. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying, something you just, yeah, it's cool, I'll do it, you know what I'm saying? It ain't,
Right.
It ain't just signing on to something that you just think you just going. And then when your parents die, you're like, nah, man, nah. So you got to go through the whole everything. You got to cut your hair. So you got to go through everything that this law requires for you to go through.
Right.
A turtle doves, 2 pigeons, and so forth, as it stated. So it's like you said, it ain't no joke, you know what I'm saying? When you take these oaths, just like, being an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, as a nation of people is so important to us because we have to stick by these laws, statutes, and commandments, that the Lord set in front of us, set for us, So that's why going through this Bible and getting the understanding of, what this Bible truly means to a Israelite, you know what I'm saying? This is, we the separate people. The Lord set us apart from everybody. You understand? From all nations.
Right.
So we have to, we have to keep this oath according to, if we don't keep this oath, you know what I'm saying? This is why we getting murdered in the streets. This is why so I stated earlier, the bottom of the food chain, because we refuse to do what the Lord says. You know what I'm saying? The Lord his word ain't gonna come back vain, you know what I'm saying? He gonna deal with you how he gonna deal with you. And under these laws, statutes, and commandments, we gotta live by it. There's no other way that, you know what I'm saying, that you, like I said, you think you just got free will. You just can go and do whatever you want to, be with whoever you want to be with, and everything is cool. No, there's consequences for everything. And it ain't got nothing to do with how much money you got. You can't buy your way out of these law, statutes, and commandments. If
I may, the only difference with that is with you're Israelite by birth. You understand?
By blood,
by birth and by blood. That's not a sacrifice you have to take. The sacrifice is upholding the law of Israel. You know what I mean? So now what we bring it out is that there's a whole nother set. It's just like I said, you could be an Israelite, but do you want to be an Israelite with a cover? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like how we in ISUPK, brothers who want to get a cover. Now there's something else you got to do pertaining to getting this cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an oath you got to take.
It's an oath you got to take with the brothers up above you to show that you want to take another step as far as being a lookout or a scout or a brother that protects Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it comes to this is another step that you have to take if you want to dedicate yourself to the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's definitely a issue of discipline and the steps you want to take in order to prove yourself. You know what I mean? The work you want to put in.
Right.
It all boils down to that discipline and the work you want to put in, man.
That's right.
Go ahead. We just finished in 12, 13, and 14.
Number 6 and 12. He shall consecrate unto the Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb for the first year for a trespass offering, but the days that were before shall be lost, because his separation was defiled.
Right. You got to start all over again. But go ahead.
Verse 13, and this is the law of the Nazarite. when the days of the separation are fulfilled, he shall be brought unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and he shall offer his offering unto the Lord, one he lamb of the first year without blemish for a burnt offering, and one ewe lamb of the first year without blemish for a sin offering, and one ram without blemish for a peace offering.
Right. So with that being said, it's a celebration basically. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of something he gonna reward that he get for his dedication and his sacrifice that he gave to the Most High.
Right. I mean, even when you're doing your term, you still gotta, you gotta come with these things that the Lord requires us to do. The lamb, the ram, and all of that. So there's steps. What I'm saying, you gotta take even when you're doing your term as a Nazarite. So this is not just something that, like I say, you just gonna sign on for, and then you think, you know what, man, I don't want to be this. You know what I'm saying? Nah, see, this going upon your head that you know what I'm saying, that you made a covenant with to the Lord. That's what it amounts to. It's not just you know what, I changed my mind. Nah, it don't work like that. And just like these law, statutes, commandments, you can't just change your mind and now you doing what America say. You just doing what you want to. You know what I'm saying? What is it? YOLO. Live. What is it? Live your. What is that? Live your life. What?
You only live once.
Yeah, you only live once. You know what I'm saying? That's just some hogwash that people want to say just so you can do what you want to, and as far as according to Babylon. You understand? Babylon is falling. When you are Israelite, the Lord may have mercy on you if you're being ignorant of not knowing you're an Israelite. He may have mercy. That depends on how the Lord decides to deal with you. You understand? In that regard, but you still got to take under the fact. You know what I'm saying? Knowing who you are, or getting some kind of inclination of, what I'm saying, your nationality, where you come from, what I'm saying, and this is what the Bible explains, who you are, who you come from, and who you are according to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? This ain't according to me. This ain't according to, Kabod. You understand? This is not according to us. This is according to the Most High. And we here to tell you, what I'm saying, who you are according to the Most High. So you can, this is what you said, get up under that covering. You know what I'm saying? Get up under that protection of the Most High. Even though we still in this, this Babylon captivity, you understand? But there's things that you can do so that, what I'm saying, you can still live according to these law, statutes, and commandments, and be that people that the Lord wants us to be. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be above all nations, which states that in, Deuteronomy 28 and 7 and 6. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, you know what I'm saying? He set us apart, above all nations, so that's who you are, black man, Hispanic man, and native Indian man, according to this Bible. So that's the realness of everything. That's the truth of this Bible. That's the truth of who you are and what you should be, learning to get understanding for. And you want to get that understanding, log into these classes and get this understanding from the ISUBK. We have classes Monday, Tuesday through Saturday. You understand? We got the history class on Monday. We got the brotherhood class on Tuesday. We got the law class on Wednesday. We got the scripture breakdown on Thursday. And then we got the Lashawana Kodash class, which is learning your Hebrew language, because we have a language of our own. We have a language that we were speaking before we was forced into speaking English. So with that, what I'm saying, we're gonna in this class, and in this Cal Sabbath Service. That being said, we're going to say a margin. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, we're going to say Amajin Shabbat, Amajin. Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yayamatah. Men of Israel, we'll give one courtesy salute to the sisters out there that may be watching. Men of Israel, Amajin Shabbat, Amajin. Barak, Yahweh Shema
Hashem Yahushua.
Yayamatah. Yayamatah, class dismissed.